everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Deal Hound Club where we actually make some money. Make some money today. All right, so we've got, I just wanted to cover last episode's deals. And actually, a lot of them have already disappeared. They're not even on here anymore. But the ones that are, that 75 grand Marquis, $800. We knew that was too cheap. That Lincoln Continental, ugly thing, but man, that sold quick. So did the F350 and the F250. That one sold already. And then, like I said, I was just seeing how long that would take to sell. That didn't take long. That sold. The incinerator toilet there. Let's see here. Jaguar still hasn't sold. I'm surprised the Corvette hasn't sold yet, but it will. Okay, so let's jump into today's. Actually, I'm going to start right here. I don't want you guys to be cheating on me now. All right. So these are generally are selling for about 70 grand. This one is 50 grand. But they generally sell from 50 to 75 if you're into these things. Unfortunately, I only have one picture of it. I believe the owner is deceased or passing. I can't remember. But they've dropped the price to 52. I am pretty sure that this was a one owner with 80,000 miles on it. You can see the garage has been kept in, and you can see, I know you can't see the inside, but just looking at the property and looking at everything, you can tell that this guy is extremely meticulous and probably took extremely good care of this one. I feel like this one is a good deal. Obviously, I would love to see way more pictures of this thing. I'm in the market for one. I'm probably going to reach out to these people and go up and take a look at this one myself. But I felt like I'd be cheating if I didn't at least post it on the channel because it is a deal that I found. So here's another one. Remember the last Hudson? It sold pretty quick, and this one has no drivetrain. So if you're wanting to hot rod one, this would be the one to do. The body looks pretty clean. Yeah, these Hudsons are getting harder and harder to find. I remember when I could pull these out of a field for $800, and yeah, those days are gone. But they still got the look. They still got, the sweeping lines. Everybody loves these. These are always good lookers. So yeah, if you wanted to, drop your own drivetrain in this one, I've seen people do everything from Cummins, 12 valve Cummins under the hood to I don't know, just a regular Chevy 350. So, and everything in between. He did already swap out and put a Dodge Dakota front clip on it, and 9.25 rear end. So it's got updated suspension, disc brakes, all that stuff. So this one would be ripe for a nice engine swap, hot rod. But anyway, that one's a good deal. Okay, so I was a little bit torn on this one, but man, the more I looked at it, the cleaner this one is. It's only got 126,000 miles. It's been listed for 6 weeks. Buddy had it listed higher, if I remember. Yeah, he had it listed at 15.5. So he's dropped it, but I think he dropped it now too low. I think I would have listed this one at 12.5. So if you can pick this up for 8,500 or maybe 8 grand, offer him 8 grand, and list it for 12.5, I think you'd be fine. And I don't think you'd get hurt on this at all. It'll go for 10 grand all day long. But I think that you can squeeze 12.5 out of it to the right person. It's got the colors. It looks good. It doesn't have a lick of rust on it. This thing is just in pristine shape. I don't think you'd have a problem getting 12.5 for this. Yeah, man. I would take better pictures of this thing. Part of the problem is his pictures. He doesn't have, I would open this up and get some nice interior shots and show how clean the interior is. He does okay, but he doesn't do great. It's a lot of shadows, and anyway, I would just do a better job of taking some pictures on this one. But I think 12.5 is the sweet spot on that one. All right, so if you're interested in a project, this one is interesting. The guy has he dropped a TDI motor in the Jeep. If you're into Jeeps and you know Jeeps, then you know that he's got way more money in this thing than he's asking. ARB 456s, Dana 44 at the rear, a Dana 30 in the front with a Detroit. Honestly, I'd pull that Detroit out if it was me. That putting a Detroit in the front is, golly, what a pain. Driving that thing would be not fun. Let's see here. Both axles have been fully rebuilt, but this is obviously he was building this into a rock crawler. But I think he's in the money on these. I mean, these running TDIs are going for about 10. I've seen them as high as 12 grand. But this one is pretty close. 150,000 miles on the chassis. This thing does run. It just needs finish wiring up, I believe. It only cranks, but doesn't run. Yeah, he probably lost prime. Yeah, it takes a lot to get these things primed. But yeah, and clean up the wiring under the hood. Yeah. I mean, this is just a mess. But it doesn't take much to get these things running. So I would get this thing running, driving, put some nice wheels and tires on it, and ask 10 grand for it. And I think you'd get it, and I don't think you'd have a problem getting it either. The problem is nobody wants to buy somebody else's project and try and get it running and driving. So that's where the money is to be made on this. Is I'd offer him, 3,500, and then just spend a couple of weeks just going through all the wiring, cleaning it all up, putting it into looms, and making it look professional under the hood. And getting it started. Obviously, get it started and running first, just to confirm that it runs, and then do all that. And then put a nice set of wheels and tires on it, which aren't hard to find. Sorry, I think I went too far. Yeah. And put a nice set of wheels and tires on it, and you should be golden. You should be able to get 10 grand for that. Okay. As you guys know, I'm on the hunt for an RV, so I ran across this other one. This was in Florida. This is extremely nice for the money. It's only got 77,000 miles on it. What caught my attention is it's got the 5.9 Cummins in it. A little underpowered for this size of a unit, but I do love my 12, or this isn't a 12 valve. This is probably 24 valve Cummins, but I do love my Cummins inline sixes. But look at this thing. This thing is extremely clean. It looks dang near new inside. I don't think this guy is asking. This is one of those guys that you could literally see. It's only got 77,000 miles. This is what I'm talking about, where you might not make money on it, but it's a free ride. What I mean by that is this is one that I would buy, and I would tour the U.S., put 20,000 miles on it, tour the U.S. for a year, and then you could sell it for the same amount of money and not lose. That's what I'm talking about on these. That would be perfect. I mean, look how clean this thing is. Guys, this is just in really good shape. It's got the oversized fridge, the 4-door fridge. Yeah, this one has been just extremely well taken care of, it looks like. Obviously, you need to check the roof. You need to check out the maintenance records and all that other stuff. But I don't see any reason why you can't put 20,000 miles on this and still sell it for 20 grand. Yeah, it has a washer dryer combo. So yeah, if you're into RVs, this is probably a good deal. Or if you're looking for one. All right. Back to the car stuff. Okay, so this was a good deal. Yes, it is a high miles, 337, so you're not going to get, you're not going to get 10 grand, but it is an extended cab short bed, which is the ones that people are kind of looking for. Um, Obviously, I would have the seat recovered, pull this stupid thing off this steering wheel. You know how I feel about steering wheel covers, and throw a dash mat on it, clean up this mess here, detail it out, and you're probably looking at, you could probably list this at 75 and get 7 or 7,500 full price, because the headliner's not hanging down. As long as everything else works, it's in pretty good shape. The body's pretty straight. It's got a few dings and dents, but it's not in bad shape at all. The only thing that hurts this thing is the mileage in that front seat. Actually, it looks like he already has a cover. He might already have a cover on the dash. But anyway, that's a good deal. You can make a couple grand on that one. That's another one that you could drive it to 350,000 miles and still sell it for the same amount. It'll still bring that 6 to 7 grand all day long. So I don't think you're going to get hurt on that one. You're not going to make a ton of money on it, but it is an easy flip. Cummins are not hard to flip. All right, so these are getting more and more popular as the 4-doors are getting rarer and harder to find. These extended cabs, especially the extended cab short beds, are really coming up in price. I've seen, if you've watched my channel, you know that a couple weeks ago we posted one that was sitting on a newer Super Duty chassis with a Cummins under the hood for 25 grand, and it sold within a day. Same thing here. This one is rare because it is a 3/4 ton. It is a 3/4 ton. Unfortunately, it's only 2-wheel drive, but it is a 3/4 ton. If you can tell, though, there is no rust here. There's no rust on the roof line, which is the two common spots that are rusting. And he's only got it listed for 3,500. I think if you pulled this out, cleaned it up, detailed it, you could easily get 5,500 for the way it sits, just detailed out. So yeah, I don't think you're going to get hurt on that one at all. It'd be interesting to to know if it really does have 38,000 miles, but I doubt it. It's probably 138. Okay, the next one is this Galaxy. This does need lower quarters, and it probably is going to need some sort of floor work because it's a convertible with no top. And it's going to need a new rear bumper. But guess what, guys? This is an XL 390 4-speed bucket seat center console car. Look at that. Look at that. That's the money right there, guys. Yeah, you can see that might be a hole in the floor pan right there. But he's only asking 2 grand for this. This is easily, fully restored. Obviously, this is easily, a $35,000 car. 35 to 50, I would say 35 to 50, because it is the right colors too. It's black on black, beautiful color. Man, when these things are done, they're just beautiful. But and obviously you don't need to fully restore this to make money on this one. Getting it running, put the seats back in it, maybe putting a new top on it, just getting it a running and driving car, you could easily get close to 65 to 8,500 on it. So you could take it to that level if you want. It just depends on how far you want to go with it. I personally don't like doing the full restorations, rotisserie, and all that stuff. It's just a lot of work, and a lot of times you end up getting in there and finding more stuff than you want to deal with, and it doesn't pan out usually, unless it's a super rare car. But this one, although it's rare, it's not like super rare. I mean, if this was like a 427 side oiler, yeah, I'd restore it, do a full body off restoration. But on this, I would just clean up the interior, maybe put a new top on it, and ask 8,500 for it. Get it running and driving with a 4-speed. Yeah, that's a good deal. That's a good deal on that one, guys. All right, now to completely shift gears to something completely different, these Honda Ridgelines still are bringing the money, guys. These are, you know, even with 200,000 miles, these are still bringing 6,500 all day long. He's got it listed at $4,000. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. AC and heater worked. There was nothing wrong with it that he posted. Um, but yeah, that's a no-brainer. It is the leather seats. Obviously, I want to see what this looks like. I'd ask for pictures of this. But you can find replacement seats. I mean, people are parking these things out. They're getting to that age where, you know, ones that weren't maintained are starting to blow motors, so you can find used seats for it. And most of them are all the same. Um, you know, so you can find that. But I have a feeling that it's worse than this one because he's got the cover on it. So anyway, I would check that out. But yeah, this is, you know, as long as this is a running driving car that has no issues, you're still looking at about 6,500. The last one I bought and flipped, I think I sold it for 7,500. 7,500, and it had 223 on it. So yeah, yeah, and was mine leather? Yeah, yes, it was. Mine was leather as well. So and it had a sunroof. Mine had a sunroof. I don't know if this one does. Can't tell. But anyway, yeah, those are still bringing the money. So that's a good deal. All right, let's see where we at. Okay, so this one was unique. All right, this one brought back some memories. You know, watching like the Godfather. But this is a um, two-door hardtop V12 47 Lincoln. I believe that's 3-speed on the column. Yeah, that's a 3-speed on the column. But this is, boy, you just don't see many of these. And the ones that are in, you know, just cleaned up and just nice drivers are sitting in the 20s. So I think if you clean this thing up, detailed it out, you know, got it out of here, I believe most of this white paint will shine up. I think if you spend a lot of time just detailing this thing, and you know, obviously I'd offer him 10 and see if he'd take it. If he take 10, you'd really be in the money because you got 10 grand room to clean this thing up, which I don't think it'll take even close to that. So you might put a new set of tires on it, get the brakes, you know, go through the brakes and stuff and get it running and clean out the old gas and stuff like that. Maybe spend a couple grand on it, but it'll bring close to 20. Especially that color. I love that color, that off white that they have with the red and white interior. See, this can be cleaned up. I would just clean all this up, make this white again. Man, I tell you what, this thing would shine. This thing would be a beautiful ride, and I'd have no problems getting 20 for this, I believe. So, all right, let's see. On to the next one. Here we go. I try to keep these under 20 minutes, and we're already hitting 18 some minutes. So let me burn through these here. This is another good deal. Golly, man, $1,500. This is a no-brainer, guys. Look at this. No rust on this. $1,500. I don't think it had. There was something silly about it. Does not have it doesn't have an engine. It's just a body. So, but for $1,500 with a clean body like this, I'm telling you guys, snatch this thing up. You can easily double your money on that. Easily double your money. All right. Okay, this one was really cool, guys. I liked this one a lot. Sold with a bill of sale, does not have a title. Just keep that in mind. But it does look like it's in pretty good shape. I'm not seeing major rust holes in it where they normally have. They normally are rusted out here. They're normally rusted out here and here, and I'm not seeing any of that. So this is in good shape. Yeah, see this rocker? Looks like it's just surface rust, though. I don't see any rust through. Yeah, I'll tell you what, these fastbacks are getting harder and harder to find. And yeah, this is a no-brainer, guys. This is, man, if you can't double your money on this, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is easily worth $2,000. 3,500 with a title. So if you want to take the time, get a title on this thing, with it running and driving like it is, detail it out, polish this paint. Even though it's not perfect, I would still buff this paint, make it shine, clean up those wheels, paint the wheels, make it look good, get matching tires all the way around this thing. Um, you'd spend less than $500 doing all that, and then I would list this thing at 3,500 and or probably 45 to be honest, and I guarantee you to get it. So, all right. Next one. Okay, so this one, I was right on the cusp of whether to save this one or not, but I think I'm going to go ahead and save it. I think this one is worth the flip. I think it's worth. I think this is worth 10 grand the way it sits. So this is a two-door Lincoln Premier, running and driving. He says the brakes need work. But it does run and drive, and interior looks pretty decent from what I could tell. Yep. So, but it's been sitting under a tree. I would polish this thing up, buff this thing out, and I guarantee you could list it for 10.5, and you get people's attention on it. It doesn't look rusty, and I mean this is just in really good, just a good driver. This is something that you could buy and show up to the car meets and and it'd be a good deal. So yeah, it is a two-door. Okay, I was just like, wait a minute. I saw the seam on the other picture, and it looked like I thought, did he or what picture was it? Yeah, this one. This one threw me off because I was like, wait a minute, is he hiding a door handle here? And this is a four-door. Anyway, no, that's a two-door. Yeah. So anyway, two-door Lincoln Premier. Yeah, you can't go wrong with 56, 55, 57 Lincolns. Yeah, running and driving like that, it's worth 10 grand. No problem. All right, guys, let's see. Last but not least, here we go. All right, it's a 2004 Pontiac GTO. As you know, Pontiac's no longer around. I think these are going to become collectors' cars in the long run. Right now, not, but they're built right. I mean, they got the big V8 under the hood, the 5.7, and they got nice plush leather seats. This one has only got 137,000 miles. Most of them at this price are this is only 5,900, which I'd offer him 5,500 or 5 grand and see if he'd take it. But most of them at this price in this price range are over 200,000 miles and ragged out. This one is not. This one is in really good shape. I think this is definitely worth the money. I bet you could buy this for 5,500 and sell it for 85 if you wanted to flip it. Me personally, I'd buy it and just park it in the garage. Forget about it. Because yeah, I feel like these are going to go up in value. In the long run, not in the immediate. But that's it, guys. That's what I have for you today. Hopefully these were some good deals. I feel like a lot of these were smoking deals. This one is a great deal. Lincoln's a good deal. This Volkswagen's a no-brainer. I would jump all over the Volkswagen. Ridgeline as well. Shoot, all these were good deals today. So anyway, there's plenty of thousands of dollars sitting there, guys. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know that you appreciate the finding of these deals, because I feel like there's plenty of money to be made on these. Let me know if you think the same. And if you're looking for something, let me know, and I will do my best to find a car that you're looking for at a